Hello, non-existent viewers. It is TVB, and I'm here today to review The Broken Hearts Gallery, which is a romantic comedy directed by Natalie Kolinsky. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Yeah, Natalie Krinsky, excuse me. And it stars Geraldine Viswanathan, forgive me mispronouncing her name, and Dacre Montgomery, and some other people. This movie centers around a young woman named Lucy, who's an artist and a hoarder. She collects a lot of things from previous relationships, and her boyfriend dumps her, and she feels really depressed. Then she meets a new guy named Nick, played by Dacre Montgomery, and together they open up the Broken Hearts Gallery, where everyone can just throw away their junk and souvenirs from their previous relationships, and bam, we got a romantic comedy. I saw the trailer for this movie not very long ago, and I went into this film on a bright, Saturday afternoon, not really knowing what to expect. I saw the trailer, it's like, okay, it could be great, could be garbage, could be good, could be bad, could be, anywhere between any of those things. And walking away from this film, it's like, I was inclined to expect it to just be like a typical romantic comedy. And that's what it was, guys. And those were my overall impressions. I haven't seen too many rom-coms in my day. I feel like that's kind of a dying genre. There used to be tons of romantic comedies in the 90s and the 2000s, but then the 2010s rolled around, then it's they're definitely still happening, but not as, frequently as I used to. And I have nothing against romantic comedies. I just don't really watch them that often because it's there's other things I'd rather see, like action movies and superhero movies and horror and fantasy and sci-fi and things like that. But Warm Bodies is my favorite movies of 2013, and I also love Groundhog Day and films like that. So I get when it's so open-minded, and this movie, it follows very similar beats and cliches that you've seen a bunch of times before, and let's just get this out of the way. The performances and the characters were all solid. There were charming performances from our two leads. Dacre Montgomery, I like Dacre Montgomery. He was really great as the Red Ranger in the Power Rangers movie that came out 2 years ago. This film, it's a romantic comedy. The humor in this movie, I kept a straight face for most of it. There is one joke in the beginning of the film where Lucy makes a joke to a crowd at a business meeting, and nobody laughs, and that's what makes it funny, because the movie's acknowledging that the joke that the character made in the movie wasn't funny, which makes it funny. You guys know that saying? But aside from that, there were only a few snickers and chuckles. The humor in this movie didn't really work for me, but the writing and the story, and her going through the process of overcoming this terrible breakup and losing her job and meeting Nick and building the gallery was engaging. The writing was engaging enough, and the characters were, cute and relatable enough to also, go through that. Because even if you've never dated before, I think we all can relate to heartbreak and having your feelings crushed, and seeing a positive relationship just go south. Yeah, I'm sure everyone can connect to that in some way, and it was nice to see that. And the leads were charming enough, but there are some moments throughout this film where I'm just this was just stupid. This movie takes a few turns that you've seen a gazillion times before, and it was kind of groan-inducing. And there's at one point in the movie there's a love triangle, then this other person steps in the picture. Now it's a love box. And is this how on earth do you make a box shape with your hands and fingers? Almost a box right there, but whatever. And this film also does a fair amount of pandering to the feminist crowd. In this politically charged time period with an upcoming election, I'm not giving you my opinions on that, but that might work for some viewers, but maybe not so much for others, and I understand that either way. And yeah, guys, I'm keeping this movie review just a lot more straight to the point as usual, because in all honesty, there's really not a whole lot to be said about the Broken Hearts Gallery. Yeah, it had engaging characters, likable performances, a charming script, an engaged enough premise, but again, it's something that you've seen just a whole bunch of times before, and again, this is why I don't, I'm not against romantic comedies, but this is the reason why I don't really have romantic comedies aren't really my go-to movies, because I feel once you've seen one, you've seen 95% of the others as well. And yeah, this film definitely takes a lot of beats, but it was never annoying about it. It was never boring or a drag to sit through. It definitely had its slower moments where the pacing wasn't that great, but overall it's this Broken Hearts Gallery, it's harmless. At the same time, you're not missing much if you don't watch it, but you'll appreciate the charming leads and the cutesy love story if you decide to give it a watch. So, Broken Hearts Gallery, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 stars. It's a passable film. Okay, so the last handful of my movie reviews have been I've had my camera right here on the desk, but this time I've decided to utilize some natural lighting, like my windows facing that way. You guys might have seen that in my previous movie reviews. I feel like I kind of like this angle of filming at, when I'm filming videos more than, the other one, because I can use natural lighting. And I guess there's just more room, for posters and things on this end. So I might start filming like this. Do you guys like that? Or do you think I should just go keeping it in the desk, with my new place and everything? Let me know in the comments down below. And subscribe to my channel, please. And yeah, just, guys, please be nice to each other. Be nice to each other always, because yesterday, if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen a drawing that I posted of a heart with American colors over it, because yesterday marked 19 years since 9/11, but today marks 19 years since the day American flags sold out in stores all across the country, because for once, everyone finally fixated what we were united by, so what we were divided by. So please, just be kind to each other, hug someone you love today. I know it's a rough year, it's been difficult, with everything that's been going on lately, but still, it's no excuse to be a jerk. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and stay beastly.